What's going on, COD fans? My name is Maverick and welcome to the CDL Central channel. Today, I'm going to be predicting different things like champs, MVP, Rookie of the Year, best players, all that stuff in this video for the 2022 Vanguard season. If you like this type of content, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we get 3 likes on this video, and subscribe if you want to see more CDL content like this. I'm just trying to do my part for, the CDL and for the COD competitive scene, trying to help get that viewership, get that content, so we can overall grow as a community. Obviously the CDL has seen some tough times since franchising, so I think we all should do our part and try to see what we can to help this scene grow. With that being said, let's just hop right into the video. Now, I know most people would save champs and MVP for the end of the video to try and get that viewership, but I'm going to start off with it. I'm just going to give you guys what you came for, starting off with my prediction for who's going to win COD champs this year, and I'm going with Toronto Ultra. Now, Toronto might not be much of a surprise pick. I'm sure a lot of people are thinking Atlanta FaZe, Toronto, optic, all those things, but personally I'm going with Ultra for a couple reasons. Number one being, I think Ultra's consistency last year, combined with their chemistry and teamwork that they have from obviously not making a roster change, and also just having the best teamwork overall in the CDL, I think is what's going to give them the edge this season to help them win champs. I don't think it's going to be a super dominant season like we saw FaZe had last year. I don't think Ultra's going to win like almost every event and then they're going to win champs, but I do think they're going to be number one, number two team most of the season, and then gonna put it all home and win COD champs. Personally, I would love to see this because it would be awesome for one, to see a full EU team do it. It would be great to see Bance get a COD champs after coming in second. I think he's came in second 2 times, or maybe 3. I think it's 2 though. So it would be awesome to see him finally get that win. And overall, I just think it would be cool to kind of see like a team that you can't really hate these guys. They're all super good dudes. They all have great personalities. They all just seem super nice, and it would be awesome to see a team like them win. Next, moving on into the MVP. Obviously, I kind of have to go for a player on the Ultra, because if I think they're going to be the best team or the second best team all year long, it makes sense for me to pick one of their players to be the MVP. And a lot of people probably would predict someone to pick Hammy, maybe even Insight because he puts up good numbers, but I'm going to go with Kleenex. Now, Kleenex really is the X factor for this Ultra team, no pun intended, and without him, their flow and their success really isn't going to be the same. He's the highest engaging player in the entire league, and I think the way he moves around the map, the gunfights he takes and wins, and just overall how active he is really helps them win their matches. And like I said, I don't think Kleenex is going to have the best stats this season, especially on Ultra. I think you're going to see someone like Insight or someone like Cammy have better stats in terms of KD, kills per game, stuff like that. But I think, the casters, the analysts, the people who kind of vote on this MVP type thing are going to know the importance and the contributions that Kleenex makes for this Ultra team and for their winning. So I think for that reason, he's going to win MVP. And I also think that just the overall perception of Kleenex from the fans has been getting better and better each season. And I think fans are starting to understand the importance of, it's not necessarily how good your KD is. It could also just be how influential you are on the map. And I think Kleenex is going to get what he deserves and is going to be in the running. And I predict him to win MVP this season. Now, moving on into Rookie of the Year. And to no surprise, I think this is kind of the consensus choice right now. I'm going to go with Pred. Now, there's a lot of good rookies coming in this season, and I think there's a few that could give Pred a run for his money, but I really just think Pred overall seems to be the strongest choice, especially after the CDL kickoff that we saw, and I think he really has the personality that's going to make him, that popular star player, and I think that kind of that factors into winning this award. I think between the numbers he's going to put up, the success that Seattle's going to see this season, and like I said, that personality to give him that star popular player in the league, I think all those things combined are really going to push him to be Rookie of the Year this season. That is if the CDL even announces a Rookie of the Year, because we all know they didn't even do it for last year, so they're just slacking all around. But I'm going to take it into my own hands and predict this, and then I'll do my own actual awards at the end of the season, but we're nowhere near there yet. Next up, I want to talk about Breakout Star. Now, this is either a player who is young into their career, who I think is going to take a huge step, or maybe a little bit more of a veteran who I think is going to take a huge step and is going to come back into prominence and is going to solidify themselves in that top 10 to 15 role this year. And for me, that player is Mac. Like I just talked about Pred, his teammate Mac on the Seattle Surge. He obviously is a great player. Don't get me wrong. He was great last season. He was good in MW, but I think this year he's really going to solidify himself as a top 10 to 15 player, and he's really going to take over and be that guy on the Seattle Surge. I think one of the things we'll see from Mac, and that we have seen so far in his career, is a lot of big kill game games, especially with how crazy Vanguard is. We're going to see some big kill games out of Mac, as well as I think we're going to see some big SND clutches. You know, it's all around great plays, star level plays out of Mac. That's going to keep him in our mind when we're thinking about the best players from this season. And finally, I want to talk about some of the best players I think we're going to see this year. Now, I'm not including anyone we already talked about in this video. So obviously, like I would put Kleenex in this because I'm predicting him for MVP, or maybe I'd put Mac in this because I'm predicting him to be a breakout star. But these are three separate players, and I'm not necessarily predicting them to be the top three players. I'm just thinking they're probably going to be in the conversation for MVP, or are going to be in the running for that top 5-ish spot in the league. So these three players are starting off with Hydra. Hydra's obviously already a monster SMG player. We saw what he could do last year in his rookie year, and I think this year he's going to solidify himself as one of the best players in the league. I think we're going to see a lot of big slaying performances out of Mac, as well as I think we're just going to see him single-handedly win the NYSL series, win the maps, and I think he's just going to be that key player on this team. The second player is Skies. Skies has obviously been a consistent player, you know, almost every year, every series. He's just been so good, but I think this year we're going to see him take that next step into stardom. With the intensity of this game, I think we're going to see him get a lot of kills and a lot of engagements, and I think we're going to see his KD actually be really good, even better than it was last year. And I do think that Florida might be, you know, a dark horse this season and could end up having a really good year, and I think Skies being that #1 guy on this team is going to make him in the running for MVP or top 5 this season. And the last player I want to talk about is Kenny. Kenny's another one of those players that is super consistent, you know, has been an MVP type player in previous years, and I think he's going to be the #1 player on LA Thieves, who I do think can be a top 3 team this season. And with him being the #1 player on a top 3 team, I think that automatically puts you in that possible best players in the league category. I think pairing him alongside Octane on those AR roles for LA Thieves is also going to help him play better. I think he's playing with a team that he really enjoys, and with the success I'm predicting LA Thieves to see, obviously, I mean, I'm wearing their shirt right now too, so I better predict them to be good. I do think that he's going to be one of the top players this season. Thank you all so much for taking your time to watch this video. Like I said, like and subscribe for more content. Help me push this out in the algorithm. I'm hoping to grow this channel and grow this community of CDL fans who just really want to also not only look at the league and talk about it day to day, but take a deeper dive here and there into what's actually going on. Like I said, thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next video.